And then it's Alex. We're going to do another Soothsaying. It's going to be Soothsaying, November 19th, 2019. I am a psychic medium. I do discern spirits in multiple capacities. Sometimes the open channel. Sometimes let know about certain kinds of things. I and others, spawn marine spirit guides, are advocating for the soothsaying information that marine spirit guides need pertaining to Earth-based to be displayed where marine spirit guides need in the moments that marine spirit guides need, where marine spirit guides need. I and others, marine spirit guides, are advocating for the disclaimers that marine spirit guides need in regards to those that marine spirit guides need to be displayed where marine spirit guides need, where marine spirit guides need. I know there's marine spirit guides are advocating for the disclaimers that marine spirit guides need in regards to smart education, etc. Marine spirit guides to be displayed where marine spirit guides need, where marine spirit guides need. I apologize. I don't usually, I haven't been doing that too often. Most of the time in regards to soothsaying videos, I stay away from some kind of educationals and things of that nature because I want to focus on the soothsaying. The moon. So, a little bit of the moon. There was a past content video that I just watched, and there was something about it in regards to certain spirit mooning a certain kind. So, yeah, I'm wondering if it has anything to do with that. Does it? For the moon. There you go. Howling at the moon. So I'm guessing that's the querent. I might do it this way. I might do, yeah, I'm going to do it this way. So we're going to do a funky kind of soothsaying right now. And we're going to do, so what I'm going to pull here is you can see depicted in the moon, you can see two pillars, one on either side. You can also see a wolf and a dog, as well as a scorpion, looking towards the moon. So we're going to pull a card for each. And I think what I'm going to start with is the dog. So the dog reversed the Emperor. And this is actually a really, this is a fairly decent card. Compassion is what I'm sort of getting to a certain degree. So the moon and the dog says compassion. Compassion. Kindness, I think, to a certain degree is what's lamented upon. And let's just check it just to make sure. Benevolence, compassion, credits, confusion, enemies, obstruction, immaturity. Yeah, I get benevolence and compassion is what I'm getting. Good card to a certain degree, but also I'm getting a certain kind of vibe that maybe the Emperor, certain this card has something to say in a certain manner to a certain degree. A lot of color being pulled towards it. You can see the red from here to a certain extent. The card for the wolf is judgment. Judgment from the wolf to a certain degree. That card to me sort of speaks clearly in and of itself. What sort of situation in regards to November 19th, 2019 sort of speaks of the moon, the Emperor reversed, and judgment. So I think of healing. I think of healing, I think of compassion, and I think of judgment. And the Scorpion speaks of the Page of Cups, messenger of water. I think of entertainment at times, a certain degree for some of it. It doesn't always mean that, though. I think of calmer heads. And the Page of Cups. And clearance will be connected. How to render service and film clearance. It will be connected as studious youth, news, message, application, reflection, meditation. I think of the moon, I think of quietness. I think of a certain kind of solitude. I think of peace. I think that's where the relation maybe comes into a certain extent. There is a bit of a, well, I think meditation can definitely, I think of the moon, I think of meditation, that definitely connects to a certain degree. So who is the moon? And it's interesting that the content experience that we had just watched reminded me of my sister, because we had talked about her a bit, and she does remind me of the moon in a certain manner. So that does kind of remind me in a certain sense. Does remind me of my sister to a certain degree. She's also quiet. And then we get another card here, and it's the Four of Swords. Four of Swords. There's a depiction of a church inside a church. There is one person in a casket to a certain extent, and three swords on the wall, one sword on the casket itself. And I forget what this means, but I think that it could pertain to loss to a certain extent. Let me find it. I'll find the swords. I don't know. Vigilance, retreat, solitude, hermit's repose, exile, tomb, and coffin. So, not necessarily speaking of death. Vigilance, retreat, solitude, hermit's repose. Does remind to a certain degree. And then we also have another one for the other pillar. So again, we think of healing, we think of calmness, and then compassion, says the dog. A scorpion says meditation, and the wolf says judgment in a certain manner. The two pillars, one of which is pointing towards solitude and vigilance, and we got the Three of Cups here, and it kind of reminds me of alliances. It's kind of alliance card to a certain extent. Good cheer, celebration, some of it. Three of Cups means the garden celebrates with cups uplifted as if pledging one another. Conclusion of any matter, plenty, perfection, merriment, happiness, victory, fulfillment, solace, and healing. So it comes back around in regards to the moon pertaining to healing, and really overall a really positive card to end the reading off. And I think that this card here, the Four of Swords, does maybe can pertain to, well, maybe I'll leave it off there then. That's fine. What does the Spirit have to say? Well, we think that we think certain things, and that's the case. That's what they're trying to affect here. Trying to affect the channeling. You don't know why it is. Back off. Find other sorts of guides are asking for the information that Rachel needed in regards to the channel and the psychic teams that Rachel need to be displayed where Rachel needed, where Rachel needed. Alright, and I'm asking for what Rachel needed in regards to those that Rachel need pertain to the past that Rachel needed, where Rachel needed. Alright, then fine. So that's just where it went. That's where it went. I don't know why. Yeah. Interesting card here. The moon, healing, nighttime. Maybe look to me there's going to be some judgment, compassion, maybe messages. I don't know what's happening during nighttime that speaks of those cards. Judgment, Page of Cups, and the Emperor reversed. And the pillars almost standing in monument to the moon. What is it say in regards to the moon? I know this spirit in regards to the planet Earth. There might be spirit in regards to the moon. I think that there is in a certain manner. That's another one. It doesn't just have to do with I think there'd be multiple readings. What's the soothsaying per each physical card? Because something Spirit likes to do is you pull one physical tarot card, and there's that sort of thing that says that there is spiritual soothsaying in regards to it. That sometimes they utilize it as a querent, things of that nature. You think of what is happening spiritually behind the scenes in regards to soothsaying and tarot card reading. Multiple other cards probably on the table from the spirit realm. That's going to be soothsaying for November 19th, 2019.